Hello everybody, welcome back to another Mystic Islands video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today we're doing a little bit of a different video, and this is going to be everything that you need to play Mystic Islands. So right off the bat, I want to say that we are starting a Patreon. So if you do want to go above and beyond for the card game, that would be the best way to support the channel besides subscribing or buying the cards. But I'll go over that at the end of the video, description down below. And I also have to say thank you guys for 490 subscribers. We're super close to 500. Obviously, I said I was going to do a face reveal at 500 subs, so I'm going to keep my promise. So as long as you guys keep getting me there, I'm going to do it. So getting right into what you need for Mystic Islands, you really don't need that many things to play the game. That's one of the things I had in mind when creating the game, is I wanted it to be very easy to pick up and play. So as far as the cards, you're going to need 15 Chaos Crystals. It doesn't matter what set these crystals come from, whether it's set 1, set 2, set 3. They're all equal in value. So whether you like the look of either one will not matter as long as you have 15 Chaos Crystals in your stash when you start the game. So that is something you do need to play the game, as it is your resource. Now for deck building, I know it may seem complicated to create a deck, but it's really not that many rules when you get down to it. Pick one faction or a maximum of 2 factions in the standard rule set. And all the cards in your deck need to be that faction. Minimum card size of 32 in your deck, or a maximum of 100. The rarity of your card determines how many of that card you can have in your deck. So our game is a little different that way. Commons, you can have 4 copies of that card with that same name. Uncommons, you can have 3 copies of the card with that same name. Rares, you can have 2 copies of the card with that same name. And Mystic Rares are just 1 copy of that specific card in your deck. And then leader cards have to match one of the factions in your deck, of course. And you can only have one of those at all in your deck, so only 1 leader. You can also mix in neutral faction to your deck as you please. That does not count as an actual faction. Starter decks are actually a great way to get introduced to this deck building, as they're already pre-made 36 card decks with 2 factions built in. So they kind of show you basically what faction is going to do what and what they like to do, and give you a feel for what you like. So those are also available on the Game Crafter, set 1 and 2 anyway. But if you're building a deck from scratch, I would recommend doing something about 60% creatures, 30% ability cards. You want to have enough creatures in your deck so that you don't run out, because they are very important. The next thing you're going to need is just some dice. This is just good to keep track of your leader's health, any counters you're putting on anything, or anything that you want to remember you can use dice for. So dice are generally just an awesome tool for card games in general, and they're very common, so you can go to pretty much any store and you're going to be able to find some dice. The next thing you're going to need is paper and pencil, or just a way to keep score. So usually what I do is I'll use my phone. Pretty easy to do it that way digitally, or if you want to go old school, you can just use a pen and paper, sticky notes, whatever it is. So that one's also pretty easy as well. And the last thing you're going to need to play Mystic Islands is someone to play with. So either a friend or an enemy, whichever one you prefer. I found it's very fun to play in groups, but one-on-one is a different beast. So that's all you need, is someone to play, some dice, a way to keep track of the score, your Chaos Crystals, and your deck, and that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, but I was trying to pump out an upload for you guys. Plus I got some gameplays coming up, a tier list video, and obviously new cards to showcase for set 3 Bitter Cold. And right before I leave, if you guys are interested in the Patreon page, I'll go over it right now. So a link in the description or on my channel right about here. You can click on there and you can see there are 5 different tiers. This is obviously not a requirement for the channel, but I would appreciate you guys so much if you wanted to go above and beyond for the game. So you have the common tier. This tier includes extra lore about the game. You're going to get extra lore about cards, card explanations, why this card was created, that type of thing, and how it works in the world of Mystic Islands. The uncommon tier is a little bit different, so you're going to get that same thing, plus deck lists and builds that you can try out with your friends. This is going to be something I'm really excited about. These may also eventually be put into a video, but you're going to get super early access on this type of stuff. The rare tier, you're going to get the previous rewards plus early YouTube videos. So the videos I'm going to post on there early. If not full videos, it's going to be clips of videos. Any video content that is interesting or important to the growing of the game. The Mystic tier is going to get everything I just talked about, plus the sketches of artwork before they're even finished, plus the finished artwork when they're done, before we show them off on social media or the channel, of course. You're going to get the first look at the sketches and blueprints for creatures and ability cards in the future. So that is pretty awesome. And then the leader tier is going to be the best tier that we have. And you are a super fan if you're in this tier. You're going to get everything I mentioned before, plus the actual card creation process. So we like to mock up our cards, placeholder art, things like that. So you're going to see the cards from a very early stage, and you're going to be able to see the sketches, the artwork, the thought process, any reasoning we have behind the cards, early stats and effects. And on top of that, you're going to get one extra entry into every giveaway we do in the future. So if you enter a giveaway, you automatically get an extra entry. So it's going to help your chances of winning giveaways in the future, which I think is going to be a pretty cool perk. So yeah, that is our Patreon. So if you are interested in that, I really do appreciate you guys checking it out. Obviously, just watching the videos and or buying a few packs is awesome, and I really appreciate it. But if you did want to go above and beyond, that is a great way to do it. It means the world, it really does. A lot more videos to come, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.